Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to another Loving Your Scraps with Daisy and Christy. Today I am working on using some older products, pattern paper that is kind of just a big hodgepodge of stuff, but I felt was fun and playful and would work for an end of the school year, last day of school, even though it was pandemic style. Layout. That was a tongue twister for me to get out. Sorry about that. So yes, I have these two photos and I'm telling you, we could not wait for it to officially, I'm doing air quotes here, be the last day of school because it wasn't happening. Once we moved in June, we were, other than having his video conference chats with his teacher and his support teacher, that was it. Like, I didn't force anything else on him. So we had kind of been done already, but we were just excited and he was so happy for it to finally be official. But of course he didn't want to take pictures for it because he's at that stage. So the first photo is him being like, Mom, seriously, another photo? Like, come on now. I had probably taken like 6 photos already because I wanted, of course, the perfect photos. And then he is obsessed, although he has stopped recently, but he has this thing where he's got to do the dab. So I have photos of him all summer long doing the dab. So had to get that in there too. You got to document these funny little things that they do. So, anyways, so I'm also going to be following, though I cannot share it because it was part of a class, but a layout done by Christina for LayoutPalooza, the summer series. So it's called Stash Bash LayoutPalooza. And she, I think for July's, made a really cool layout that was kind of grid formatted with some strips of pattern paper underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. A little bit, it's pretty much the same. It's a little bit different. I switched it up a little bit just so it fits within my own style. And here you can see I found my pattern papers, what I wanted to use, and now I'm trying to figure out the rest of it. She had a nice blocking piece on hers, and I really wanted to go ahead and do that. So I just found a scrap piece of white cardstock because I wanted to really do this scrap theme, and went ahead and cut that just to what I could, whatever made the perfectly straight edge there. And it's not the exact amount that I would have done had I gotten a new piece of cardstock, but it definitely works. I'm going to keep this, at least at the moment, plain and simple. So I'm using white cardstock on white cardstock, and in order to enhance that, I need to have a bit of something. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch around the outside edge of both the frame and the cardstock background as well. So it's got a nice pop, and I really, really love that. And then I place my photos. I do want them, when I have 2 photos together, I like them overlapping. I have a really hard time having them lined up in that grid format. It bugs me for some reason. No idea why, but it drives me crazy. So I don't do that. All right, and for my title, we're going to go basic here today. It's just going to literally say last day of K because that is what it is. So nothing original on this one. I have multiple layouts to kind of wrap up the end of this year. So of course, being kindergarten, there's a little bit more into it than you would have in a normal year. So he has like his graduation certificate, and this was his last day. I also had the teacher giving him his certificate, which was like his graduation. And so there's just a little bit more to finishing kindergarten than I am assuming there is to any other grade. So he starts grade 1 today, and my assumption is that at the end of the year, I'll take his last day of school photo, and that will be it. I'll document that. That will go in his album, and that will be it. So there'll be one at the beginning of the year, one at the end of the year. That's my assumption as he gets older will happen, not this. Preschool was the same thing. He had his graduation, and he had his last day, and he had his last photos with his teachers and all of that. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure because I remember being in school and that not happening. So I just had to document what was there right now. This was obviously unprecedented school year, and I hope that after this year, we don't ever have to deal with this again. But, take it as it goes. And so, yeah, I'm just going to go with it. Now, I'm happy with what was going on. I had the basics of the layout done, but it needed a little bit more. So I'm going to do my favorite color, which is teal. I seem to use this in every layout, especially when it comes to a layout about Jackson, and do some mixed media. I rolled it out. It was too stark, and then I rolled it, and it was too soft. So I'm going to add some more until I get the right balance of the color that I'm looking for. I am trying not to get it too far outside of the margin. I keep calling things margarine, like we're eating butter. Oh, I should stop doing that. And I'm trying to keep it kind of just floating outside of the photo and the bits of pattern paper that I'm using. So I'm trying to be careful of not getting it too far out. And I think I do an okay job. There's a few places that it floats out, but that's what happens with mixed media. And sometimes you just have to go with it. I do add two colors, one that's a little bit more blue and one that's a little bit more green, so there's a bit of interest to it. And there you go. I like that. I sat and let it dry. I didn't soak it up anymore, and I didn't use my heat gun. I actually just left it overnight. I really like that. I switched the pattern paper from the butterflies to the stripe instead. I just preferred that. I thought that worked better. And now I get to go to the fun part, which is the embellishing part. So the first thing I do is I go into my little container that's all school themed, and I grabbed a couple pieces. So there's this set of books that's going to stay on there. And then I'm also grabbing a sticker sheet from Paige Evans that I'm trying to use up. I'm so close. I have like 4 stickers left to use. And I grabbed a couple stickers from there as well. Really happy with that. Things are starting to come together, and now I just have to figure out what I'm going to do to wrap it up. And I'm not really sure. I have to walk away from this layout a couple times because it's almost too basic, and I didn't know how to finish it, and I was struggling with it. So I kind of do this a little bit with this sticker sheet. I walk away from it. I think, hey, I have still that Chamel collection that is the field trip, which is got a bit of a school theme to it, so why not pull in something new to kind of help finish off and really scream the fact that it's, fun and playful. And I mean, he's in kindergarten, so of course it can be bright and it can have primary colors and it can do all of that. So why not bring those bits into it? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I walk away from this. I think I'm like the next day I've come back to finish it because this layout and me, we were not getting along. In the end, I'm super happy with it, but we were not getting along at first. Walked away. You can see it. So I'm going to grab the ruler. I grab this little piece that I'm going to put my journaling there. I also have that dinosaur because on his shirt there is a dinosaur. So I loved that. I felt like that worked perfectly. And this kid approved because, of course, kids are going to approve that it's the last day of school. They're excited. They don't have to think about it for all summer. And finally, I'm going to get this little happy there. So it ends up actually saying happy last day of K, which I think works perfectly. And that finally wraps up this layout. So it was a bit of a journey, a bit of a tongue twister. Sorry about my rambling. This has not been the best voiceover ever, but it's okay. I know you guys get the point of it. Make sure you head on over, see what Daisy's doing with her scraps this week. And I hope you enjoyed this. I have a couple videos coming up this weekend, and other than that, I hope everyone is having a fabulous week and you're getting into a routine back now that it's fall. Just wrapping up here, and then you'll see a look at my finished layout. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Bye.